National Travel and Tourism Week is a way for us to celebrate the importance of tourism on our economy, on our community, on the people that we are able to employ through the industry. And it reminds us how special New Orleans is as a leading hospitality destination for the world. The parade that we have for National Travel and Tourism Week allows us to bring together all the various groups that make up the hospitality industry, the culture bearers, musicians, marching groups, the people who work in the industry, from the doorman, the housekeeper, the front desk person, the managers, the chefs, everyone that really puts the best foot forward. This gives us an opportunity to celebrate, be together, and just remind each other how lucky we are to work in the hospitality industry. The money that flows through New Orleans generates taxes for the rest of the state, and so it's important that this economy here in the city of New Orleans thrives so that the rest of the state can enjoy the benefits. So in many ways, every day New Orleans goes to work for the rest of the state of Louisiana. Visitors come in through our city and the surrounding parishes. They spend money here that generates taxes that go to services and helps keep taxes down for the rest of the people in the state of Louisiana.
We're a great place right now. So we're here in between two Jazz Fest weekends. Our hotels are full. The city is full of people here enjoying it. We're stretched thin a little bit sometimes when it comes to labor, but we're getting there. We're actually hosting a job fest tomorrow at the convention center to further help support our members and make sure that they're staffed up for these big weekends. Well, I think the message we're trying to get out there, like everybody else, is that we're back, we're open, it's safe to travel. Bringing people together is what we do as an industry. That's important both from leisure, weddings, but also for businesses and corporate groups to get out. Let's get away from the virtual world again and start meeting more in person. The numbers are great. So this has been a banner year for us between the Final Four, French Quarter Fest, now Jazz Fest. We're seeing a return of visitors in all sectors, both leisure, travel, and business, and we're excited to have them back.
Well, it's a huge industry, and to see so much excitement and to see the turnout here today to celebrate National Tourism Week really gets you excited about the future of tourism, both in New Orleans and for Louisiana. Because we all know so goes New Orleans, so goes tourism for the rest of the state. And this is a great opportunity for us to really celebrate coming into a new year, opening our doors back up to the world. Well, I think we did great for Mardi Gras after having the Macy's Day Parade and the Rose Bowl Parade to kick off Mardi Gras, and then in the fairs and festival season, record crowds. I think we're off to a great year, and I think we're going to see record-breaking numbers sooner rather than later coming out of COVID.
Hi, so we are dressed today as revelers. We're going to be doing the parade and carrying the banners throughout for the National Tourism and Travel Association. We offer events for weddings. We'll do huge events for conferences and whatnot. We'll bring in stilt walkers and revelers and glitter girls and card girls and bands, all kinds of things. Well, I'm a musician as well, so tourism is integral to what I do. I wouldn't have an audience if I didn't have, tourists coming through. The locals are great, but tourism is where the money is, and it's great to be able to, put food on my table and take care of my kids.
The name of my group is Baby Doll China Doll. I'm with the Baby Doll Sisterhood, and we are culture bearers. So tourism is very important to the city because when people come in from around the world, they want to see culture bearers around the city. They want to learn the history. They want to learn the culture and enjoy the festivities. And we're brought here to make that happen. During COVID, we made dresses, we sewed, so we were very busy. And when it was time for us to come out, we came out like just a festival time. We're very excited to be here.
I'm Chelsea Slack, and I'm a member of Crew de Fleurs, and so we're a costume and performance collective. So basically, we build these big, gigantic, majestic flowers every year, and then we appear in multiple parades and other types of appearances that happen throughout the city in Orleans Parish. Tourism is extremely important just because if we don't have tourism, then it's really difficult for us to function as a crew. The city thrives off of tourism, most definitely, and so without tourism, we don't have enough people here to, have lots of parades and stuff like that. COVID was really, really difficult to get through, and now that we're kind of, seeing the end of the light at the end of the tunnel, we're finally able to get back out and do stuff. Because without tourism, we wouldn't have any reason, other than for the locals, we wouldn't have any reason to be out and about. For the people in my crew, most definitely, again, tourism is really important. We have some people who actually, work in like tourism and service type industries. And then also for our neighborhoods, it's extremely important for all of our members personally, just because, a lot of our neighborhood restaurants and bars and things like that thrive off of tourism and really have a hard time to function without, those outside people coming in. As far as for our crew, again, we do this for the city, but also we just do it so we can have an audience. And the tourism provides a really wide audience for us.
I'm with the Sirens in New Orleans. We're a local dance group that parades and does philanthropy for the city, and we depend upon tourism to make us what we are. Thanks, New Orleans, and thanks to our tourism. Our group was pretty well decimated during COVID. Not much was happening, but we came back strong during this year's Mardi Gras season. Just got a bunch of new sailors and mermaids to join the group, and we're getting larger all the time. We got to make everybody happy. Locals, people coming in, especially the people coming in. We want them to keep coming back and spending money in this city.
We are from AC Hotel, New Orleans. Tourism means everything to us. Here in New Orleans, tourism is the light of the city. We love the hospitality. We love everyone who comes down. It's really an enormous, it's really great. So we just encourage everyone to come over and celebrate with us. We love the city. All the people that come here to visit with us, we love to make sure that everyone's happy and have a good time.
I've been with the Nungesser 28 years, and the tourists has been great. I have a lot of special guests come to the hotel that recommend me, and they really need me at the hotel. Yes, so I'm glad to be there for 28 years, and I hope to be there 28 more.
COVID was really hard on us, but it gave us a chance to take a break and restructure what we're doing. That way we can bring even more entertainment for everyone and be even more efficient. And I look forward to being able to bring that to everybody this year.
My restaurant here is Dickie Brennan's Tableau. We've got maybe a little bit under 100 employees here. I would say we're probably about 60% dependent on tourists. We do have a decent local following, but tourism definitely helps keep the doors open for sure. Thankfully, we've been a little bit more blessed than most people. I feel like the staff here is really a family, so we haven't really had as much turnover as I've had some of my other friends in the industry have faced. So we've been pretty blessed with that. Looking forward to 2022. I think if we could just get a little bit more team members on staff here, we should be able to open to pre-pandemic levels. I mean, tourism is just about everything to us. If without tourism, I don't necessarily know that this industry would be here in New Orleans at this extent. And if the industry wasn't here, we probably wouldn't be here. So this is how we take care of ourselves, and it's what we like to do. So I'm very thankful to the tourism industry.
Tourism is a major part of the economy, not only of the United States, but of each of the states. It's an important way for us to share our culture. It's an important way for us to bring spending into our community, to generate much-needed taxes to help services for states and cities. And it's an opportunity for people to express themselves in a wonderful way like we do here in New Orleans. We love welcoming people here. More than 65% of the people that come to the city of New Orleans and the state of Louisiana are repeat visitors, so they must like something that's happening here. And we just like to spread the good news that New Orleans and Louisiana are a welcoming city and state.
On behalf of Stephen Perry and Walt Leger and the rest of the team at New Orleans & Company, I wish to welcome everyone to the 2022 National Travel and Tourism Week celebration here in New Orleans. Yeah, you can applaud that. That's good. We made it. My name is Mark Romig, and I serve as Chief Marketing Officer for New Orleans & Company, and it gives me great pleasure to see all these smiling faces, all these ties that will be coming off soon because we'll be walking around in the quarter, and just great to see the industry coming together like this morning. Before we get started, we would like to give a word of thanks to our hosts this morning. Please help us thank Dickie Brennan and Steve Pettis and their members of the team for hosting us this morning at Tableau. And how great does it feel to be back together again after 2 challenging years for our industry? Huh? Through it all, we are emerging and preparing for the future. We cannot underestimate the cultural, emotional, and economic impact travel and tourism means to all of us, perhaps really more than any other city in the nation. It is our region's lifeblood. It's what we do each and every day, and it is why we come to work each and every day. And it's why it's fitting that this year's theme, not just here but across the nation's hospitality industry, is the future of travel. And for us, the future of travel is vital and more promising than ever. I think you can tell the role that we have been on since the Sugar Bowl, Mardi Gras, Final Four, and the hits go on and on and on. And as you will see on the banners in our parade this morning, hopefully many of you will join us as we walk through the French Quarter, the future of travel is sustainable, more inclusive, rebuilding America's workforce, and facilitating not just our industry, but the entire region's recovery. We are all so hopeful for our industry's future. Just look at what we are experiencing now, right here. As I said, the beautiful Mardi Gras, the weather, the great festivals, hosting that fantastic Final Four, Fleet Week, the Zurich Classic, French Quarter Festival, and there's so much more underway, including what we're in the midst of now, and that is the Jazz and Heritage Festival. And as we launched a new meetings brand, Built to Host, many of you were with us last week as Stephanie Turner and her team presented that to our meetings industry. That's designed to promote, position, and sell New Orleans as the premier meetings and event destination in the nation. I thought I heard an applause there. Yeah, there you go. I know, we got more coffee in the back in case anybody needs that. Really, seriously, the future of travel is so promising because you are all full of promise and energy and zeal for our city, our region, and our state. Our hotels, restaurants, shops, musicians, artists, culture bearers, creators, great minds, all of you. And we're counting on you, and we have faith in all of you. Now, before I continue, I do want to recognize members of the City Council who may be coming over here with us this morning, particularly Councilmember Freddie King, who represents this great district, District C, and Councilmember Oliver Thomas, District E. I want to thank them always for their support. I also would like to thank board members of New Orleans and Company who are with us today. If you would raise your hand, board members, thank you so much for your leadership and trusting us to do the work on behalf of our community. And now let's hear from two special guests that we have with us this morning. Our first guest leads our tourism industry across our state. Please, we'd like to welcome Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser to share his thoughts on the future of travel, especially here in New Orleans. Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you. Thank all of you for being here today. This is an exciting week all over Louisiana as we celebrate tourism. Thank you for hanging in there through these rough years, but the future is bright. I want to thank Mark and your team, our tourism team, Doug, for all the work you did behind the scenes as we open our doors back up to the world. You know, I hope y'all all saw the Macy's Day and the Rose Parade. I don't know about you, but it gave me such pride in Louisiana, and it surely opened our doors to a very successful Mardi Gras. And then the state tourism office is proud this year, coming out of COVID, to be a major sponsor for Jazz Fest and to keep the LSU-Florida State game here in the Superdome this year with the first year of the new coach. Really looking forward to that game. You know, we're having our challenges as we open back up, labor, but I want to tell you the people here in New Orleans have really rallied to go to work and make sure we're opening the hotels, the shops, the restaurants, and it's our job to make sure we keep them full, and we're going to do that. 5 record-breaking years in tourism prior to COVID, and after looking at the numbers and riding in 7 Mardi Gras parades around the state, seeing record crowds, and the fairs and festivals, the numbers we see so far, we're well on our way to another record-breaking year. Thank you for being here. Thank all the workers in the hospitality industry. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Governor. And now another very special guest with us this morning, along with his team. We have the CEO of Destinations International, who is in New Orleans addressing the future of travel with our executive team. We met most of yesterday, and of course co-assigning with the National Travel and Tourism Week. Don Welsh is with his team members here. We have Sophia Hock, who's the Chief Diversity Officer, Gretchen Hall, his COO, and Jack Johnson, the Chief Advocacy Officer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Don Welsh.
Well, good morning, everyone. And Mark, thank you for the invitation to say a few words. And Lieutenant Governor, it's always great to see you. Wherever there's an event to promote tourism for the great state of Louisiana, you're there, whether it's in D.C. or here. So nice to be with you. I just want to let you know, we have the good fortune, Gretchen and Sophia and I, we're based out of Washington, D.C. We represent 625 tourism organizations. Steve Perry has been a longtime supporter, as is Walt. And we're totally thrilled to be here to spend some time with the team yesterday. I have just one thing I want to say to all of you in this room, and that is it took bold decisions by this community to do some really big things to get our country back on its feet. We know the power and the impact of tourism, and you, New Orleans, gave other communities around the United States the roadmap to how to do it safely. What you've done on the leisure side, once you've done on the sports side, is absolutely incredible. And I will tell you, we are getting back into it. I'll leave you with one final story. I was in both France and in the UK last week. I was at a dinner for about 30 people in London last Wednesday evening. And people were all excited. These were all travel planners, travel writers. And there were two people who said, when the opportunity presents itself, the first place they're going to is New Orleans. And I know you've got that lovely British Airways flight, and I know you're going to see. What we're seeing is unbelievable pent-up demand for reservations. If you look at the hotel bookings, if you look at airlines bookings, all the data and research we look at, I think we're going to have an incredible summer. And it has started in a lot of communities. And again, I just want to say thank you for your bold vision of bringing tourism back. And that's all I got to say, but thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Don. Before we go further, I'd like to also thank a special team of people who have helped pull this together today, particularly two leaders that we have on the team. Kevin Ferguson, who is our Vice President of External Affairs. Kevin also is our Membership Chief. And Mary Beth Romig, who I happen to know as a family member, our Associate Vice President for Public Relations, who's handled all of the talking points and logistics with the media. Thank you. And now, before we begin our parade, we'd like to take a few moments to recognize and honor two very special individuals who have served the hospitality industry with tremendous grace and dignity, and present them with a Lifetime Achievement Award. First, we want to honor Carling Dinkler III. The hospitality industry has been part of his family's DNA since 1911, when Carling's great-grandfather, Louis Jacob Dinkler, opened the first of more than 22 hotels throughout the southeastern United States. To quote Carling, "Hospitality has been the eternal flame of his career throughout his professional life." It was early in Carling's professional arrival to New Orleans when he guided the establishment of the original name for New Orleans and Company, the Greater New Orleans Convention and Visitors Bureau. And again, as he says, the name offered the organization credibility and legitimacy to the hospitality industry like it had never previously experienced. Carling has devoted over 50 years to the industry. In New Orleans and Company and Carling, we are forever grateful for your passion and countless contributions. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate and thank Carling Dinkler III. Carling, Kevin Ferguson will present you your award. You can bring it. Thank you, Carling. And this day would not be complete without remembering a person we deeply cherish, and more deeply we miss so much, as she left us too soon. And she is represented by her family today: Charles, Rod, Dr. Toya Barnes-Tiemer, Ty Tiemer, Tia Tiemer, and Cherie Tiemer. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sheryl Tiemer. Sheryl was a talented attorney and executive and a fierce advocate for the hospitality workforce. She contributed so much to New Orleans and Company's mission, including organizing dozens of job fests around the community. Just months before her untimely passing, her Job Fest connected thousands of job seekers and employers and offered vaccines on site to help the tourism industry recover more quickly from the pandemic. Sheryl was a passionate New Orleanian whose impact on this community cannot be measured. I started working with Sheryl back at the World's Fair in 1984, but she touched so many people in this room. So many of you have countless stories of when you worked with her, partied with her, enjoyed her company, and received great counsel from her. She had one of the biggest hearts that we have ever known, and her loss is immeasurably, professionally as well as emotionally. If we had known each other years, as so many of us did, we would always be so close and so deeply, we would have never wanted her to leave. And so we all respected and loved her, as all of you did. Sheryl was not just a consummate professional, chairing major boards and serving as a senior executive in our company, but she always lived with grace, integrity, and passion, and her loss is incalculable. It is our honor to present this lifetime achievement to her family. Thank you. There was another pioneer who we lost this year, and on the way with the parade this morning, we're going to pause briefly in front of Preservation Hall to present and place an arrangement in Sandra Jaffe's honor at the great Preservation Hall.
Woo! Good morning, everybody. We should do that every morning to get started, right? All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning for our celebration of 2022 National Travel and Tourism Week. My name is Kevin Ferguson. I'm the Vice President of External Affairs for New Orleans & Company. I am so happy to be here with all of you. As Mark said it earlier, it feels great to be back out here together to celebrate our great industry with everybody here. So thank you so much. As you know, this parade is all about the future of travel. That's the theme for this year. And I'm excited for the future of travel around the world, but most importantly, for the future of visitors and travel right here in New Orleans. As we sit here in this incredible setting at Wodenberg Park, the setting of the recent Navy Week, French Quarter Festival, who was out here for that? It is a place so important to our city. The river is the lifeblood of New Orleans. I want to start with a few thank yous. Thank you to Audubon Nature Institute for welcoming us. They have been great partners throughout the years, and they gave this beautiful setting. And let me take a moment to thank all of our culture bearers behind us and our incredible characters. Anybody who loves New Orleans knows that the culture and the people here really define our character. Thank you so much for being up here and joining us today. So the theme of this year is the future of travel. And there's not a person in this city that has done more to secure the future of travel than Stephen Perry. Stephen can't be here with us today, but I wanted to say a couple quick words about what he's done for travel in New Orleans. He's been our leader of the New Orleans Convention and Visitors Bureau and now New Orleans and Company for the last 20 years. He is greatly respected throughout the country and our industry. It's because of his leadership and passion, and I really do mean that. When you talk to him, you understand how passionate he is about our city and our culture. It goes beyond the job. He just loves this city. And through his leadership, New Orleans has continued to be a top destination for people to come to throughout the world. So let's give a hand to Stephen Perry, please. As Mark mentioned earlier, the future of travel is promising because of you, because of the people out there. You have energy and zeal for our city and our region, and it comes across every time we see you in the costumes you had today and meeting us out here at 9 a.m., braving the unexpected rain and the humidity and everything else. It's great to see you. And this morning we want to shine a particular light on some of our champions of our industry as nominated by you. So I want to invite each of them to join me on the pavilion stage to be recognized. Our first champion this morning is Mr. Leon Bailey. Leon, come on up. Or Mr. Leon, as he is known by his colleagues at the Royal Sonesta Hotel. Mr. Leon has worked for the Sonesta for 29 years. In those years, he has repeatedly excelled in his job duties as a house attendant to ensure their valued guests have an enjoyable and pleasant experience with the Royal Sonesta. He has been a recipient of the Employee of the Month multiple times, as well as Employee of the Year. His dedication to the Royal Sonesta's guests and team members are unmatched, and he is described as one of the keys to the hotel's continued success. Congratulations, Leon. Want to do? You can do it. Our second champion today is Leela Lambert, Director of Business Strategy and Talent Development for Commander's Palace Family of Restaurants. Come on up. Oh, she's already here. Great. Oh, there we go. It's heavy. Born in Seoul, Korea, she has worked in the hospitality industry for 15 years, moving to New Orleans 10 years ago. She also serves on the GRODAP Board of Directors and is also on some advisory councils at Nochi. She has a great interest in helping young people learn about business and hospitality. She is described by her colleagues as a joy to work with, supportive, thoughtful, and extremely hardworking, and a proactive leader in Commander Palace's organization. She is always supportive of everyone, willing to help with anything, and excels at strategically moving the organization forward. She is responsible for spearheading their Employee Pathways program and is also the team lead in Mino's Equity at Work hospitality program. She understands how to make a real difference in guest relations. Turn the page. Has received numerous guest compliments about her and her general demeanor. She is always thinking of new ways to surprise and delight their guests, whether it be in the restaurant or through bringing the Commander's guest experience into people's homes through Goldbelly. Thank you so much. Is Greg Lambusi here? Greg. All right. Well, Greg is unfortunately not here, but he is the director of the New Orleans Jazz Museum. We want to recognize Greg for his passion for music, culture, and tourism, and the impact he has made locally, nationally, and internationally. Rather than succumbing to pandemic lockdowns, he kept local musicians employed, promoting their bands with virtual concerts weekly and limited in-person outdoor events and programming when other industry partners shut down in 2020 and 2021. Can we get a round of applause for Greg Lambusi, please? Okay. Here we go. And finally, our fourth honoree is the restaurant GW Finn's. Led by owner Gary Wolderman, the restaurant has been a strong advocate of improving education in New Orleans youth with specific goal of increasing literacy and self-esteem. Although they are unable to be here today, let me say a little bit about their efforts. Among the many activities Gary and his team have accomplished, GW Fins also hosted several fundraisers for Youth Empowerment Project in support of their educational summer camps, engaging local teenagers in fun and challenging activities, and keeping them away from negative distractions during the summer. Most recently, Gary established Fins Wings for Fins Kids Foundation, benefiting local youth education organizations, where 100% of the proceeds from every order of one of GW Fins' signature appetizers, Fins Wings, benefiting those charitable efforts. GW Fins recently reached their goal of raising $25,000 for the first tee from their Fins Wings for Fins Kids Foundation and presented a check for these funds to the first tee. Thank you to all of our champions today, and thank you to all of you for being champions in your own right. All right, now time for some more fun. We've got our award winners for today. So I'm looking around, I see the beautiful costumes, I see the beautiful umbrellas and decorations, and we're gonna recognize those winners now. All right, so we're gonna start off with Best Costume Individual, Miss Sherry Kane from the Mardi Gras School of Cooking. Where you at, Sherry? Come on up. All right, and I'll get started on our next winner as well. Well, hang on a second. There you are, Sherry. Congratulations. All right, our next winner for Most Spirited Individual, the one, the only, Ralph Mahana of the Windsor Court. Come on up, Ralph. I don't know if people realize this is actually what Ralph wears every day for work, so I think there might have been a mistake. Thanks a lot. All right. Oh, this is the most coveted award of the day, the Best Second Line Umbrella Individual. This is going to go to Stacy Cousin Roney? Somebody wrote cousin. Hey, come on, Stacy. With the Greater New Orleans Federal Credit Union. Okay. Congratulations, Stacy. Pull it up. Pull it up. Yeah. Woo. Next, we have our Best Branding, the AC Hotel. Can we get some of our AC Hotel workers up to the stage? Now, this is a group award, so you're going to have to spend a little bit more time together after work. I know that's not a problem.
Some of y'all can get around too. Some of y'all get on the other side. Yeah, there you go. You know, you get in the middle. All right. Right here. Gotcha. Well, congratulations.
All right, and then our final award for Most Spirited Company, the Hilton Riverside. Can you guys come on up? Let's get a big old group. I want to see David. Bring the whole crew up here. Come on, guys. Come on. This will be like the best picture at the Oscars, where all the producers and everybody comes on up. Hey, buddy. Congratulations.
Yeah, there we go. Just everybody just gather around the panel.
From the podium, wherever you want.
Yeah, you come to the podium up there. There we go, right here.
All right.
Yeah.
It's all right. All right.
In.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you all so much for coming. All right. So, of course, an event like this celebration focused on the future of travel would not be possible without so many partners. You look around, all of these folks that are here from our industry are taking time out of a very busy day to be here. So just know how much we appreciate it and how much we appreciate your support. I also want to name a few of our other partners that helped out, including Tableau and the Dickie Brennan restaurant team that were so gracious to host our morning events. We really appreciate it. Again, the Audubon Nature Institute for allowing us to use the pavilion. Our lovely DMC that helped coordinate all of this, Gwendolyn Events. Thank you both so much, Bethany and Carolyn. One of our food providers, the Cupcake Collection, and one of our members as well, Abbott's Custard. And I'll warn you guys, I told all those kids back there that we had ice cream and cupcakes. So make sure you get over there before they get it all. The Culinary Queens of New Orleans, thank you so much. Forest Photography, Peter's been great taking all of our photos today. Thank you, Peter. Our partners with Love NOLA TV, who promised to make me look good when they're doing all these recordings. Thank you so much, Glenn and Keith. I'm gonna hold you to that. ABC Computer Rental. And Premier Parking. I also want to take a moment to recognize our executive leadership at New Orleans & Company that brought so much of this together. I can't tell you how many times Stephen gently hinted at how great it would be to have a parade and not just a pep rally. So thank him for his inspiration for that. But to Walt Leger, Brian Walker, Tara Stackpole, Mark Romig, Kim Priez, Stephanie Turner, Laura Russert, Jeremy Cooker, Kelly Schultz. Thank you all so much for supporting us. Thank you for lending your staffs to this effort. Just know I won't mention National Travel and Tourism Week for at least another 8 months until we start planning next year. So thank you guys so much. To the entire National Travel and Tourism Committee that helped so much leading this effort, I can't tell you how much it means to me. I came into this role in January and they told me National Travel and Tourism Week was something we had to put on. And I had never seen one or done one before. And this entire team out there led our efforts. If you served on the committee, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand high. Let people give you a big round of applause. We really couldn't have done this without you. So appreciative. I also, again, want to acknowledge our culture bearers. So much of what people love about New Orleans comes from them. Thank you so much for being here. The one thing I've learned about this industry since I've been in it since January is it's not just a job for people. This is truly a calling. We have a spirit. I think somebody said it built a host. These are people in our industry love to serve, love to help guests. We're walking down the street, we see tourists lost, we stop and help them out, even when we're not on the clock. So thank you all for making this part of your calling. Thank you all for representing the city of New Orleans so well. Thank you all for helping us be one of the best destinations out there. And I know we all probably have a few real calls we have to answer as well. So with that, I want to thank everybody again, and please go back and do the great work of representing our city that you do so well. Thank you all so much.
On behalf of all of us in the tourism industry, I really want you guys to keep in mind that we need you guys, and come to the events, come tip your bartenders, tip all of your staff, and make sure that you treat us with respect, because we want to give you guys the best time we can.
How can people get more information?
They can go to neworleans.com. That's our website for information about what we do as a destination marketing and sales organization. Or just go visit your local hotel, attraction, or restaurant in New Orleans and say thank you for what you do, and may the good times roll.